Hello. I figured it's about time that we do like a little sit down chat, life update. What's going on in my life? Am I staying in Australia? Ashleigh here, American move to Tasmania. I've been meaning to film this video for a while and just want to do like a little life update. I have been getting a lot of questions about what my plans are after I finish my degree. I am submitting in November 19th. As of now is the big day that I submit my thesis on the fur seals. End of my master's here. I started virtually last year during the pandemic, and then when I moved here in February, I was able to just get right into my research, which has been chaotic per usual, but loving it. And my student visa ends in March, and so I've been getting people are like, are you staying in Australia? Like, what's the plan? What's going on? And I mean, from the get-go, I really wanted to try and do my PhD. Sorry, not try and do my PhD, like definitely do my PhD, but try and do it here in Tassie. But I forget if I talked about it in a vlog, but the way the University of Tasmania, where I go here, as well as a lot of other unis in Australia, changed. They changed the way that they accept PhDs. So instead of it being a pretty like streamlined process, like say if the professors that I'm working with now have funding and they really want to work with me, they could be like, oh, I want Ashleigh on this project, let's get her on this project, let's get it funded, like blah blah blah, and then it would be pretty streamlined. Whereas now, to kind of make it more fair, but also it's like not fair, it's like if you already have the connections, then it's like when you apply for a PhD, at least at UTAS, but I've heard this is with other unis as well for PhDs now here in Australia, is you get pooled, like when you apply for a PhD, you get pooled and ranked against every other PhD applicant at the university. So I would get ranked against engineers, like literature, like whatever the major is, and then we would get points, like this is insane, we would get given points based on our accomplishments. So if I talked in a conference, I would get this amount of points. For each publication I have, I get this amount of points. And it's to make it more fair, but it's just like, now it's like, oh, if you get, depending on what grade you get on your master's or your honors thesis, you get this amount of points. And it's just like, I hate that system. Like in the US, it's still very much like, if they look at your experience and they like you as a person and they see that you'd be a great fit for their lab, like personally, then you're good to go and you got it. Anyway, so that's kind of like put a damper on a lot of the plans, because originally I was under the assumption that it would be pretty straightforward if I really wanted to try and do a PhD here. But so that's kind of brought up a lot of questions for me, and I don't know if I still have it somewhere, but it was quite iconic. Let me see if I can find it. I did. No, this is not it. I don't know where it went, but basically, I was at work the other day. Oh, I have a new job. I guess that's one side note. At a little retail shop in town, and I'm loving it, and it's just great to like finally have an income again. And anyway, complete side note, that's just a random little update to chuck in this whole story time. I was at work and I did a Venn diagram on a sticky note, and I was like, okay, what country do I want to live in? Like, let's start like very basic. Okay, pros and cons of living in the US, pros and cons of living in Australia. And then I kind of did like a Venn diagram, and basically like, I'm kind of annoyed I can't find the sticky note, but basically by the end of it, it was just like, okay, well, regardless of where I live, I'm going to be an anxious mess, and I'm not going to know what's going on. And regardless of where I live, like, I'm going to have all of the stressors of adulthood. Like, you can't avoid those. And basically what it came down to was, I was like, okay, first let's pick a country that I want to live in, and let's go from there. Because it's looking like the best plan of attack for me right now is to submit my master's, get those publications done, make sure they're good to go, and just start saving up money, because I am a very, very poor uni student right now. My bank account hates me, especially after going to the mainland. Really happy I went, but my bank account just absolutely hates me. Go check out those videos, by the way. I've been, you know, more to come. I don't know when I'm gonna sprinkle this video in. Don't really know, but yeah, so save up money, that is number one. And then when the opportunity comes for a PhD that I love and I can't say no to, I will take it. And I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't know where it's gonna be. With my current research being based in Australia, it could be in Australia, I don't know. So it's kind of like, well, what's going on then? Well, okay. So did I choose Australia or America? I guess I could tell you guys. I ended up choosing, I don't have any, I think I have like a soundbite. I ended up choosing Australia. For many reasons, but my quality of life is most definitely higher here, especially as a young adult, I guess is kind of what I am. Yeah? Yeah. One thing, especially with saving up money, the pays are a lot higher here for casual, for whatever. So my savings will accumulate a lot quicker here, whereas if I moved back home to the States, yes, I probably would be able to move back in with my parents for a bit and not have to worry about rent for a bit, but I would have to go back to making like $8, $9 an hour. Maybe 10 if I'm lucky. And because there aren't really any like marine sciencey type jobs that I can think of anytime I've ever looked in that part of the US, especially within like close distance of where my parents are. And so that would just be not ideal. Yeah, whereas I can work a lot less hours here, even doing my thesis full-time, and be making a lot more. So that was definitely a big factor. And then also I turned 26 in January, so I get kicked off of my parents' health insurance in the States anyway. So regardless of what country I live in, I'm gonna have to start worrying about health insurance. I mean, I have to be on health insurance for my student visa here anyway, but it was miles cheaper than anything I've ever seen in the States that I know of. But that's another thing, another adulting thing. Also, rent is cheaper here in Hobart. I know that's a hot topic, especially when I talk to a lot of other people here. Like, just thinking of what my brother pays in rent and people that I know in the States, it's a lot higher there. So yeah, the plan is to hopefully stay in Hobart, if I can find a place to live, and sort that part out. But also what's really frustrating is, like, especially talking to my parents and being like, yeah, so I'm staying in Australia. And they're like, okay, do you have this lineup? 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 I'm like, well, no, 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 and no, because in Australia everything is so last minute and you don't really have a clue of what's going on or openings or anything until they happen. Like, everything is so last minute here. It's not even funny. Whereas in the States, like, especially for like renting, you have to really, this hair, oh my goodness. Yeah, there we go. You have to really just plan so far in advance, and it's yeah, it's just really interesting. Like, that's what's going on. So yeah, I just want to do like a chatty update that I'm planning on staying in Australia indefinitely to the future, near future, immediate future, whoever, whatever, in the future. If you already saw my Instagram post like a couple weeks ago, then you'd have already known this. So apologies, but I mean, you knew going into this video the answer, so if you're still watching it, well, thank you. So that's what's going on, and I'm terrified, but I'm very excited. It's been like a big decision, and yeah, just like a lot, and figuring out just normal adult life things. I haven't been posting as much as I would like because of everything else going on in my life, so I appreciate you sticking with me. I hope to be posting a lot more, and then especially once my thesis calms down and my health stuff calms down, I will hopefully be more ready to go. But my family is coming in December for Christmas, and we're traveling around, and we're gonna be spending Christmas on Bruni and doing a little loop of Tassie, and I'm so excited to like get out and really explore my home. It's so weird to say. And then I'm traveling in the new year. You guys thought I was done traveling across the world. Well, me too, but no, I'm going to London in January for like 10-ish days. Yep. So that's a thing. Updates to come. Oh my god, my life is chaos. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just gonna, like, literally, if I don't end this video, I'm just gonna keep rambling, and you guys are, like, my attention, what is it? What's the rate on YouTube for the percentage that people, like, stay clicked on your video? I can't think of it, but mine's just gonna, like, skyrocket down after clicking on this video. People are like, I don't care. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay tuned for more of the mainland vlogs. A couple more coming, and yeah, super fun. Okie dokie, I have to go study the seals. You know, someone's gotta do it. Okay, bye!